What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're back, of course, on our My Team Save. We're back in Saudi Arabia for round number 3 of this championship season of 10 rounds. And we finally got our first owner training point. And that's going straight on something extremely good. A lot better stuff, a lot better management for myself. So I'm just going to reduce time to build facilities improvements. So that is going to basically allow us to do facility improvements a lot quicker. So like the ones that we need to do, the development 2, 3, 4 spaces, they can be done a lot quicker and efficiently, and we just have that ability to push forward with the upgrades we want to do as development expansion for the powertrain. So we now have 2 spaces in the powertrain. I do apologize if I do sound a little bit weird. But as you can see, we can now get the air filter on in the powertrain, so we don't have to worry about doing all the stuff. We are going to do a durability one, which I believe is actually underway. As you can see there, it is underway. It does normally go, I think you can do free, but I can't remember if it's free. I think you can do, it's 1 per phase, so if we can quickly get to see phase 2, which we actually are pretty close to on the in our engineering section, so hopefully midway, as you can, yeah, really close. Just pumping them upgrades in, getting focus on especially our engineering side. Making sure they're all up to date. As we just do an IC improvement, as improvements are very good. And I'm going to do something I haven't really done before. I'm going to change the engine for both drivers. As, of course, it is Jeddah. It's a high power street circuit. Is it a street circuit? High power circuit. I swear it's a street circuit. But with high power, we need that efficiency, as we haven't got loads of upgrades on power just yet, so we're going to be lacking that. So new engine can help sufficiently when it comes to doing stuff like this. So and the other engine would be on for Monaco, because obviously Monaco, you don't use anything in there, so it's just nice to have that ready to go. Just thinking of an engineering upgrade to do, but I think doing XP is a lot better than anything. No upgrades to assign, which is always good, but just putting the upgrades on, which will be ready for Monaco. Having aerodynamics for Monaco will be perfect, and we're very efficient on that now. And as you can see, we have got two slots and everything, so we just need to get to that phase 2. And we're not even close. Sorry, we are close to do something like that. Ready for season 2, where we can have, unfortunately, a little bit better drivers. As I think this year, experience is a different story, but the awareness, racecraft, pace, and focus can be a little bit better. But Jack Crawford, is it Jack Crawford? No, Richard for sure for this race. As we go on to our first lap of qualifying in the Jeddah Street Circuit, yeah, it's a street circuit. We're going to go on for our first lap as we dive down to turn number 2. Just recharging that battery, as battery is going to be key around here. You'll lose battery more than you can gain it, so you need to preserve the battery as much as you can. Of course, boost mode uses a lot and recharges less. Gabriel Bortoleto gets in the way, and that's going to cost us time, and we're going to have to use a little bit more sufficient boost. But I don't think boost on this corner is going to help as much, as we just push track limits a little bit too much, and we unfortunately crossed the line, and we have to go again. So on to our second lap now. I put it away because it was the same bit. We had a bit of traffic, but not a lot. But 3 seconds up as I did push, but without battery, keep the tyres warm. So under the hotel now. Making sure we've got enough. I know for the second lap I need to save a bit more. As you can see, 0. we're going to drop away in battery a lot now, and it's going to be a bit hard to beat set lap time. But 30% of battery, power down to the main strength, just use it until we get to the start finish straight, and it's going to be 5 seconds before our time. It's a 32.252. That isn't competitive, absolutely not. 13 place as we go on to our final run with 15 seconds remaining. A lot better battery as we have 70% coming out of the second corner, going into the third, into the fourth, just a couple tenths, a couple hundredths up I should say, up to a couple tenths now, a lot better. Not using as much battery, keeping onto our line, making sure we go down to that fifth gear just to be preserved and able to get a little bit of a better exit, using a bit of boost. Accidentally kept it on a little bit too long, but we just have to make do. A little bit of boost on exit. Unfortunately, I did time it a little bit wrong with a couple literally meters before it doesn't actually go down. You just use a bit more power without actually doing the extra. Unfortunately, going on this straight, we have lost all of our battery, but I now know a little bit more. You have to just keep it on when there's a bit of a straight, and it does use a bit, and we don't get as much charge as I thought. We did do a little bit of lifting Lycos, but not a lot. As we go, taking the tightest line to the final corner, and just braking a little bit, doing our tactic from Bahrain, which did get me a nice podium in my league racing stream on Monday, using that braking system. It's going to be 4/10, it's going to be back to P14, but P14 around here without the upgrades isn't too bad. It isn't bad, but it isn't good. It's George Russell on pole, then the two McLarens, then Kimi Antonelli, then the two Ferraris, then Max, then Albon Sainz, and then Hadjar, two Hasses, the caddy of Sergio Perez in P13, Richard Verschoor as us in P14, and we're just behind our teammate, which is really good. Liam Lawson, Gabriel Bortoleto, Gasly, Alvid, Colapinto, Alonso Stroll, Bottas, and Hulkenberg. Let's go to the grid.
We've got fast sweeping corners under the lights and 20 racers all ready to write their name into the quickly growing history of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah Street Circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Norris, Antonelli, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Verstappen, Albon, Sainz, Hadjar, and Esteban Ocon, Behrman, Perez, Richard Verschoor, and Crawford, Lawson, Leclerc, Gabriel Bortoleto, and Pierre Gasly, Lindblad, Colapinto, Alonso, Stroll, Bottas, and Nico Hulkenberg rounds off the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? Here we go then, the formation lap is underway and the track temperature looks warm, and that may or may not play into some of the team's hands.
As the teams approach their grid spot, 5 red lights, warming up the tyres during the final preparations they can to prepare for 20 laps around the Jeddah Street Circuit, 18 laps around the Jeddah Street Circuit. It's 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. George Russell gets a good start from Oscar Piastri. Oscar Piastri actually takes the lead from George Russell into the first corner, going with down the inside on Isaac Hadjar, gets us up to 9th. Round the outside of Carlos Sainz. An unpredictable move from us on Carlos Sainz, and it's just going to maintain our position into the left-hander. We're going to maintain the position from Hamilton and Verstappen. Verstappen and Hamilton are battling, and we're going to make contact, lose our end plate to Lewis Hamilton, going into the fast left and right hand of sector 1. Unfortunately, we're out of it with damage, but quick changes to the differential and the front brake bias makes it a lot easier to control. Not good, but not bad. Lap number 3 now, you can see we're losing that downforce from the end plate being damaged, and it's going to give Verstappen, Sainz and everybody behind him the chance to catch up. And we're risking track limits here by staying out and not switching tyres. But around here, a safety car is imminent as we go off board. Verstappen and I, side by side, is contact, a piece of bodywork from the Red Bull that gets attached. Luckily, no damage to us from our bodywork. It went on the Red Bull, and it's just a racing instant. As we go to lap number 4 now, we're completely out of battery. Battery is key round Jeddah. We have no battery. We're going to get passed by Sainz, passed by Verstappen, cover off Hamilton, but he's going to send a lunge down the inside, down the outside. We lose a bit of traction coming out the final corner. We've got our boost from Verstappen. A little bit of a tactical move, but not in the slightest. We're going to get the slipstream from Carlos Sainz, who isn't going to have his boost. We're just going to maintain position, recharge our battery, make sure we can go on the attack in the second and third sector. And we're going to do an unpredictable move on the outside of Carlos Sainz. He's going to come back on our inside. We're going to make that the outside into the fast right-hander. He's got more traction and has got more downforce as he makes the move back again. Very good fighting, very clean racing. And unfortunately, we just haven't got the speed. We haven't got the temperature in the tyres, as we unfortunately get a 3-second penalty for track limits. And that's going to rub our race down the drain, like it did in Bahrain. As we're still on the attack now, Lewis isn't making any positions, and it doesn't look like Hamilton actually has the ability to attack us on these hard tyres. You would expect the hard tyres to be fully operational now. On lap 5, as you can see, 32% on the right front tyre, as Carlos Sainz has no battery. We're going to deploy a little bit. It doesn't do much, but it's a little bit of a glitch in the system in the game where it gives you that extra speed, even if you leave it on with 0 going to the end of the corner. Hamilton looked for a move under the hotel section. We covered him off very nicely. It's side by side. It's the two side by sides you do not want to see in Formula 1. Verstappen and Hamilton on your inside and outside, looking for moves, looking for passing. Hamilton is on our left hand side. We cover him off. He's going to go back to Hajar. Hajar, I should have said, not Verstappen, it's Hajar. Even so, you do not want Hajar anywhere near you. He's a very good driver, aggressive driver. You want to look out for the space, as Hamilton and Hajar are still fighting for, jockeying for position, I should say. Hajar, looking on the minimap, has dropped back on the exit of the hotel section. And this is the thing about when you haven't got the tyres or the car in this street circuit, you just need to keep the boost, keep the management going, keep everything alive, as we are going to send one round the outside on both drivers. We lose our traction. We hit Carlos Sainz for the second week in a row, and unfortunately cars passing us by. We cannot move at all without risking spinning out, and unfortunately that brings out the red flag. But fortunately for us, that gives us the chance to repair our front wing, as we see off board lap number 9 now. And it was a gorgeous move while it lasted, just going on the outside, turning into the inside. Just lost traction there, you can see it, and we just sent it into Lewis. And so luckily we did not get a 10-second penalty for causing a collision with Leclerc there, as we did run into the back of it, and sometimes that does give you a 10-second time penalty. So luckily nothing like that happened. For the second time in Jeddah, it's lights out, and away we go. It's a McLaren 1-2 of Lando Norris leading the pack down into the first corner. It's going to be 3 wide as we go to the first corner. Lando Norris at the moment keeps George Russell and Piastri at bay. Piastri and Russell jockey in position, and Piastri looks like he's maintained that second place for now, as we dive down the inside of Carlos Sainz to make P6 work for us. And this front wing, these hard tyres working well for our car, we're able just to chuck the car into these corners, make the car stick on the exit, and we're going to be on the back of Alex Albon in no time. And we're going to send one down the inside, fresh tyres, and the confidence. That red flag has not phased us whatsoever. It's only brought out the anger. And unfortunately, with that move, we unfortunately got a 3-second time penalty, but it was all legal on my side. I sent one, Albon reacted, and we might have clipped him a little bit, but that's racing. As we go to the back of the Williams, and unfortunately, yet again,
Okay, safety car
we
deployed,
have caused a safety car. We've caused a scene, and luckily we're able to pass Bottas. But I'm going to box now for new mediums as we lit up the rears, lit up the right fronts. And I hate that glitch. They need to fix that where the pit speed just stops working. But new mediums, yes to the new front wing. And in we go. Get that done. We are going to be last place, unfortunately, but I can't risk the fact that lighting up them hard tyres will not cost us later on in the race.
Okay,
Probably might regret it depending on how long the safety car comes out for. But if we just re-watch the move, we do send it on the inside. We are turning, but Alex Albon turns a lot more, and it's just traction, absolute traction. And unfortunately, we just couldn't do anything. And I don't know where, I don't know if you saw it, Jack Crawford got a 10-second time penalty for causing a collision. I don't know how he's got it because the AI go like silly mode when it's like a safety car or a big spin, so they go like ghost, and sometimes they get a 10-second, but extremely quick in the pit lane there. Safety car restart, Oscar Piastri, Lando Norris, Antonelli, Russell, then Albon, then Sainz, then Verstappen, Hadjar, Colapinto, Behrman, Bottas, Bortoletto, Hulkenberg, Stroll, Perez, Leclerc, Hamilton, Russell, Alonso, Gasly, Limbad, Bashir, Ocon, and then Crawford. And we're up to P22. I'm not expecting anything from this race. This is going to be like 2023 McLaren. Pick up the pieces and go for the next one. Not expecting anything at all. And just the good thing is, we've got fresh tyres. We do not have to worry about anything. But the annoying thing is, going on the mediums, it's lap 16. It was a waste. We got 3 racing laps left, including this one. And realistically, it would have been better just to stick on the hards and just not a push that made them go cold. We would have been in such a better position to be able to claw up, and we could have got some points. But we're going to work with them now, and we'll just consistently get some points. Maybe get some points, who knows. Anything can happen in F1 in 2 laps, but we're going to make some gorgeous moves, I have to say. And to be fair, Hamilton and Leclerc, 17th and 16th, 6-7. I just cringe myself saying that. It's not good seeing them this far down in the order, because this just affects their Constructors' Championship as we make a double Ferrari dive bomb. Leclerc is going to stay with us. We've got the boost. We've got the active aero. We've got the slipstream from Stroll, but Leclerc, the Ferrari. We're going to cover off Hamilton. He makes a little bit of contact with us. I mean, we've got nothing to lose here. Might as well send one down the inside and see what happens at the end of it. And a Mercedes actually P1 as Stroll moves under braking, and we get past him, so it doesn't matter. And Lewis Hamilton out of this race, with Ferrari possibly looking at a engine problem as we get down Ollie Behrman's inside to get P10, which unfortunately wouldn't be to P10 at the end of this race. And Ollie Behrman gets past us, Hulkenberg gets past us. I mean, to be fair, I scare Behrman. He makes a massive lock-up as Kimi Antonelli wins in Saudi Arabia and picks up his winning ways. Hopefully it can turn out how real life is. His winning streak. His winning streak is absolutely crazy. I mean, congrats to the man. He's doing extremely well in F1 at the moment. I mean, 2 seasons, is it now?
Magnificent.
I mean,
Victory today for Andrea Kimi Antonelli.
you got to give respect.
Well, it all came good in the end for them, but it wasn't an easy
But
start. Not the most straightforward of days.
1-3 for
but I think it
Mercedes.
shows great
Lando
strength
Norris in
in an
second place,
athlete as a
crawling at
driver.
McLaren to a nice P2. But to be fair, and
Well,
I
what
do
an end to
apologise, I
another
accidentally did
fantastic
skip
weekend of racing.
the
Thanks to
cutscene.
everyone who
But
joined
if
us,
you want to look at
and
the
we'll
scores in
see
the
you for the
background, I'm
next
just going to
one.
do our daily Bible verse. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. John 14:2. If we go to heaven, we've got something good looking forward to, as he's preparing anything for us. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Monaco next. I hope you guys enjoyed. Goodbye.